Hey there, parents, grandparents, guardians. It is time for a new month. Can you believe that July is already here? Hey, happy Canada Day as well, for those that celebrate. We are gonna go through the month of July. We have a few things for July, but then we have a couple things I wanna share with you that are for the next coming school year. July begins a new teaching series called Anything Goes. We are going to navigate following Jesus while freedoms in our life increase. You know, as students grow, they're given more freedoms, they're given more responsibilities. So how do we follow Jesus as our freedoms increase? So that's what we're going to be talking about in the month of July. If you have a high schooler going to camp, this month is high school camp. I can't believe it. I feel like I just got back from middle school camp, but we are going to high school camp, I believe in 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks left before high school camp. A reminder, your Camp 4 payment, if you have not made it for your high schooler, is due the Sunday before we leave. Before we leave that Sunday, be sure, if you are looking for me before first service, I'll be upstairs. If it's in between services, I try to be in the West Lobby. You can find me there to make that final payment. But a few more things for high school camp. There is a list of what to bring and what not to bring. I will send that out next week. I can't fathom any of your high schoolers are already packing, so I will be sending that out. I'll be sending several texts throughout the next 2 weeks just to make sure that everyone got their forms done, everyone's money's paid up, everyone knows what to bring, what not to bring. There is a little caveat to our high school form. There's a little change recently that I was just informed about. If you have already filled out the form for your high schooler and there was not a KU liability portion to it, I'll need you to fill that out again. KU came out to CIY and said, hey, we need to make sure that we have our liability waiver in there. CIY actually thankfully put it all a part of the same form. There's a new form, but if you need that, I will be sending that out probably the end of this week. So be on the lookout for that text. I have added you to the high school move camp group text with our parents, guardians, grandparents. I'm confident that I got everyone, but just to be sure, reach out, let me know, and I will get you added to that list. But that is high school camp. We leave on Monday. Monday is when we are heading to Lawrence. If you could have your student here to check in at 10 a.m. We are going to do check-in the same time as middle school camp. They do not need to pack a lunch. Middle schoolers had to pack a lunch. Your high schooler does not need to pack a lunch. I will be providing lunch that day for them. We're going to eat in Lawrence, get settled in, get checked in at camp, and we are off to the races. But check in 10 a.m. And then we are returning Friday evening, just like middle school camp. I will send out a text that morning when I get a better idea of what the day is going to look like. Possibly I'll send it out Thursday night, but more than likely it's going to be Friday morning. They have talked about kind of changing the timing of the last session on Friday, so we'll see how that goes when we get there. But just be on the lookout for that text on Friday. So that is high school camp. That's all the high school camp stuff. Whew. If you have any questions, as always, you are more than welcome to reach out. I'd love to clarify any questions, answer anything, whatever you may have. But that's high school camp. The next big thing that I want to discuss is what we are calling Second Sunday. Now, Second Sunday is a way for us to address the problem that I saw throughout the last school year, which was our events happen all the time on different days of the week at different times. I don't know. It's going to be really easy this year. Second Sunday of the month is our event. 5 to 7 every time, unless I tell you. Which, as we start this new initiative, if you want to call it that, this new event planning, August is not the second Sunday. It will be the third Sunday because the second Sunday is the first night of VBS, and I want to make sure that I give our students an opportunity to serve at VBS and not take them away from that. So August is a third Sunday, but I think the rest of the time it's gonna be the second Sunday. I hope. I'll let you know if it isn't. But the second Sunday of the month, whether it's January, March, December, October, whatever it is, the second Sunday, unless it changes, is going to be 5 to 7 student event that night. So we're no longer doing some on Tuesday, some on Thursday, some on Friday, some on Saturday, some on Sunday. It's all gonna be second Sunday. We're gonna try and get our students used to that lingo, used to, hey, when is the event? It's second Sunday. So that is happening the coming school year. I'm gonna run it for a whole school year. And if it works, hot dog. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. That's how life goes. You hit bumps, you change course. But that is what it's going to look like for the 2025-2026 school year. And obviously this wouldn't be a church event if it didn't already kind of skew on August and go to the third Sunday. But third Sunday in August, summer bummer. But that will be a part of your August video. That is all that I have. July is kind of a slower month. And then we'll really kick things into gear come August. But that's it for July. New series, Anything Goes, high school camp. Again, there's no middle school and high school event this month. June and July we take off because of camps. And then our next student event is going to be the third Sunday in August. And then hopefully after that, it's all second Sundays. But that is all I have for you. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you are more than welcome to text our text line. That number is here. And then if you would rather email me, you can do that, and I will put my email right here. But that is all. Thank you so much for letting me get to hang out with your students every Sunday. It's usually very fun. They're very dramatic, and I love that about them. But I will see you on Sunday.